I can't. It's like backwards. See, I keep
trying
to. I keep trying to go over here. But yeah. It's a mirror.
Beep, beep. What are we honking?
I don't know.
Those little old bike
Nothing
horns.
Inappropriate. Yeah, bike horn. That's just making it clear. Making it clear. Nothing inappropriate. Hi everyone, and welcome to another Atmos gaming video. So we're actually back months later after promising to do that demo game. As you can see, we've made progress with the set. You can't see the coolest part of it, but we've got 2 cameras now. So we promised the demo game at the end of our how-to video. We just got done editing those videos and noticed that once we got these cameras, we just started immediately playtesting some cool strategies that we were interested in.
That we have.
But we never really actually played open-handed and just talked through decisions as a demo game. So we wanted to come back and do that now.
Yeah. Sounds like a great time.
Yep.
More games.
We've got a couple pretty chill decks here.
Yeah.
You're playing one you just put together. Tell us a little about it.
It pretty much just plays a lot of cards, keeps them healthy, and eventually just beats you in lore.
That's
the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
It's not great. It's more of a fun deck, and it's a deck that has a little bit of everything in it, so we can kind of show you.
Oh yeah, that's nice. It
has songs, items,
actions,
healing,
items. Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff going on. Yep. Cool. And this deck is a ruby. So your deck is sapphire amber, right?
Yes.
So white and blue. And mine is sapphire ruby. And so it's like an item popsicle sort of deck.
Blue.
Yeah, yellow. It's not white, but the magic translation.
Yeah.
But yeah, amber is not white. I wonder how many people call it that. Amber isn't even really close to white.
Old people like you that grew up on Magic.
Old people like me, bunch of losers. All right, let's. So what do we do to start the game before we do anything? We roll to see who goes first. So
to see who picks.
To see who picks to go first.
Order.
Very correct.
It is 99% better to go first.
11.
Ooh, wow, yeah.
So I will pick to go first, as Mango said, and then we will start by each drawing 7 cards. It's important to pick turn order, or who goes first, before you see your opening hand, because that could change decisions.
Right.
And so, before we start immediately trying hard, let's play open-handed. Before we start, make all my decisions.
Yeah.
So talk through some decisions here. So, the focus of this deck, and I guess we could have done a short little deck tech. We did a little introduction. But this deck really wants to do Nick Wilde popsicle stuff. So I have both of those in my hand. So normally I would mulligan pretty aggressively for popsicle, and ideally even Nick Wilde. Develop Your Brain is more draw filtering. So it's pretty much just inkable. Teeth and Ambitions is pretty good removal. Aladdin's really good. But I don't have any early plays here, right? Which is the concern. I can popsicle. I have Teeth and Ambitions for interaction, but that just eats Aladdin, so that's not great. So I'm probably mulling all of these. Hoping to get a good play on turn 2. Popsicle's going to help me redraw.
Right.
Noi would be the dream here, right?
You would love Noi.
So I'm going to mulligan all of these. How about you? Right. What do you got?
So, take a look at this, and I have almost nothing uninkable in this deck because it's just a fun deck. But I have Hakuna Matata, which I am not going to be playing early at all, so it would just be ink. I think I'm mulling that. This is a Singer 5. I don't need that yet. I think I'm going to be playing this and this because this shifts onto this.
Mm-hmm.
They're both Jasmine. I think I'm also going to mull Moana. And, I think I'm going to keep these. I'm not really sure. Never even played this deck, but
we'll find out. I want to make an interesting point here real quick.
Yeah.
So there is a point of should I really mull everything that I don't care about? Because I do want some things to ink, right? I'm going to have to ink something.
Yeah, that's why I kept this, actually.
Right. But I think part of the idea in this game, when you're thinking about that, is you kind of have to trust your inkable split, which by the way, the target non-inkables in a deck are between 12 and 16.
Right.
Lower is kind of always better, but you also want to put some of that powerful non-inkable stuff in your deck. You know, that is a tuning factor. So I think you just kind of trust the split, and you just mulligan for how you want to play the cards.
Yeah.
So you don't really, like, I could keep one of these in my hand and be like it's a redraw or an ink, but I would much rather just search for a 2-drop because I already have a turn 1 play.
I'm actually going to also mold that because a lot of things in my deck are ink, and these are what I want, and this can help me find what I want.
I mean, Snow White can also sing that. Remember, that is a song. So it's kind of good to have a 2-drop in order to sing Be Our Guest on turn 3.
Yeah, you're right. I have a lot of 2s in this deck, though, too. So
yeah, and Snow White is better later, right, because she heals.
Right.
So anyway, let's do our moles.
Right.
So, unlike I actually said in the how-to video, you do put these on the bottom first, then you do the replacement draw. You do not shuffle before doing the replacement draw. I don't know why I said that. Ooh, my replacement draw was not great. Would have liked to have those other 4 cards back.
I do not mind my replacements. I pulled
That's pretty good.
an acceleration, a card that I will definitely want to play. Another ink, probably.
Yeah, that's just straight up.
And either ink or I just hold and see what happens, I guess.
Yep.
So, you won, so you're going first.
I'm going first. Oh, I'm not shuffling one of my cards.
I need to shuffle the rest.
So I got uninkable 6, 5, 1, 7. So
your mole was pretty unlucky.
It was not a great mole, but that's kind of the magic of this deck, though. Is
you do get to look around.
Popsicle will get you.
Yep.
Get you some redraws.
Yep.
So
At least you do have Popsicle Nick Wild.
Yeah.
You have a guaranteed engine.
Yep, I got something going on. All right. So I shuffled. How would you like me to cut? Pick the trick.
Cut straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
Yep.
All
Would you like me to cut?
Thin to win always.
Thin to win. Got it.
All right. So I will start by inking this item that is not relevant and is in German, but it can allow me to pay 3 resources to ready a character, which can protect them or allow them to challenge twice, or quest and then challenge. So I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to play my Popsicle to get my redraw. Well, redraw into a 2-drop, just how I drew it up.
Nice.
So, turn successful. Go ahead.
Alrighty. I will ink a Jasmine, since I have 2 of them. And
what is Jasmine heals 1 on ETB, basically?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you might as well play her.
Yeah. Just gonna get a 1-drop on the board. Make sure you spend your ink.
Yep.
You play things.
Mm-hmm. And then you.
And I have already made the mistake of not drawing. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw like I should have at the beginning of my turn.
There you go. Good job. Okay, and then my turn, right?
Right.
Yep. Untap, upkeep, draw. I mean, ready, set, draw is what I meant to say. This isn't magic. I will ink the 7-cost Aladdin because it is not doing me any good right now. And then I will play my 2-drop. So I drew Hiram. So now I have the full draw combo. So at this point, I guess I didn't explain why I play. You always play Popsicle turn 1 because it just immediately redraws, and then it can sit here and wait to heal someone for 2. Now I drew Hiram, which when Hiram comes into play, it can banish an item in order to draw 2 cards, or when it quests. And then Nick Wild is the combo with Popsicle, because Nick Wild can get a Popsicle out of your discard, back into your hand, which then you can play to draw more cards. So now I have a huge card draw engine. These cards together basically say draw 3 cards, really 5 cards, because then I can replay the Popsicle and then quest with Hiram and sack. So anyway, I have a bunch of cards. So at this point, I just want to play as slow as possible and bury you in card advantage. So I pass.
I will turn my ink, draw a card. I drew another King Louis. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink it. I already have one. Probably not going to end up playing it anyway. And I'm going to spend both of them and play a lantern, which is an item that pretty much just turns into ink for you.
Only for characters.
Oh, yes, only for characters. That's very important, actually.
Yep.
So, and you can use it the turn you play it.
Yes, that is also a good point. So if you had another Jasmine, you could actually play it this turn.
Right.
Right. Yep.
Right. All right. I will pass to you.
Okay.
I'm not going to play anymore.
I will ready, set, and draw. Oh, I drew the 3-cost Aladdin. Now I wish I had kept the 7-cost. That would have been pretty good. So let's see. I could ink Let It Go and play the 3-cost Aladdin. And sing with Cogsworth the Teeth and Ambitions to get rid of Jasmine. I think that's probably my best play. I really need Let It Go right now, so I'll ink Let It Go. I will play the Aladdin, which would reduce a lore for my opponent, but he has no lore. Me and Mango. So I'm doing the writing of the score, as we discussed, is always a good strategy. And then I will cast Teeth and Ambitions, which normally I would have to have 2 ink to play this, but since it's a song, right here, I can exert one of my characters that costs 2 or more to sing it for free, and it deals 2 damage to one of my characters, and 2 damage to yours.
And she only has 2 toughness, so she is banished.
She is banished. And my Cogsworth has 2 damage on him, which I used to... You can either use those little damage counters, or again, I like these little... You can just buy one of these for like... I don't even know how much this is, like $6 or something for a whole cube of them. Great way to keep track of damage. Go ahead.
A lot of people just have dice sitting around of old board games they don't play anymore.
That's true.
Lorcana's better than board games anyway.
That's right.
Ready, set, draw. I drew another Jasmine. It's very unfortunate that he killed my small one. I could have shifted one this turn if I wanted to.
Yeah. And you don't even have a turn 4 play here.
I'm going to go ahead and ink King Louis. And we're just going to straight up play a song, I think.
Yep.
Look at the top 4 cards of your deck.
You could have sung that last turn. No, Jasmine's a 1 cost.
Jasmine's a 1.
You're right.
Yep. You're right. Look at the top 4. Reveal a character card and put it in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck. So this, I'm not going to be able to play for a while, but it is a lore engine for this deck.
Because every time you heal, it gives you lore, right?
Right.
That's what it does. Yep.
This character is pretty good for this deck.
And it's playable this turn.
It is playable this turn.
Exhaust your 2 resources.
It might be that one.
I guess
And these 2 don't really do anything, and I don't really want either of them. It's definitely this card that I'm keeping. Since it says you're choosing a character card, you have to show your opponent that it is in fact a character card that you're putting in your deck, in your hand, I mean. And put the rest at the bottom of your deck. And then we can play this card, because we still have 2 mana left, because Lantern says it's mana, or
it costs
1
1
for
less.
characters.
It actually makes it cost 1 less.
Oh, it
Interesting,
does?
right? I think that's what it does.
Oh, yeah, it does
Yeah.
make them cost 1
Yeah,
less.
interesting.
Well,
That could be an important distinction at some point.
yeah,
Not
it
now.
could be. All right, and I pass to you, because
That
I
sounds
have nothing left to do.
I will draw my card. First, I will ready. Then I'll be set. Then I'll draw. And I drew a Grandma Tala, which her whole desire is to get in the inkwell, so we will do that for her. She is in the inkwell. And then I will quest for 2, because I can't challenge, because his character is not exhausted. Remember, you can only challenge things that are exhausted. So I'm questing for 2, because, yeah, he can trade with Cogsworth. I could even pop my Popsicle in order to heal Cogsworth so that he cannot have favorable combat with it, because since Cogsworth has 2 damage on him, he only has 1 willpower left, only 1 health left, and Rapunzel could banish him and still survive, because Rapunzel is a 1/4. However, I'm just more interested in drawing a bunch of cards, so I'm going to play Hiram Flavorsham And when you play this character, and whenever he quests, you may banish one of your items. Banish means put in your discard. So you have to have an item in play in order to do this, which I did, in order to draw 2 cards. So basically what we've done is we've turned this Popsicle, this 1 cost item, into drawing 3 cards. Because it drew a card when it came into play, and now it's drawing 2 more cards. So, very good. We got a Maui and a Mother Gothel, which is all happy. Mother Gothel is basically ink. Maui is a fantastic beat stick. And I pass.
Alright.
Maui's a 6/5 rush. This is raw. This deck is not quite as casual as Mango's.
Right.
We should have built.
I drew an Aurora. This one is in German. I'm actually not sure what,
I'm not sure what it does.
5-cost Aurora does. I think it's the one that gives ward to all creatures, all characters.
Yeah, I think
that's what it does.
And it shifts, right? It shifts 3.
Right.
Yeah, it shifts 3 and gives everyone else ward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shifts 3 gives everyone ward. So.
You're gonna start playing stuff now.
Yes. I'm going to run this into Cogsworth.
Yep. So you challenge Cogsworth. You take 2.
I take 2 damage.
I take 1, which would put me to 3, which I can only take 3, so I am banished.
Right. And I'm going to ink the Aurora. Use Lantern to make this cost 4. Play Jasmine. It says, when this card comes into play and whenever she quests, you may remove 2 damage from each of your characters.
Oh, cool.
So,
you've done it. You've healed.
I have now traded for free.
Mission accomplished.
And I pass to you.
Sounds good. I will ready, I will set, and I will draw another Aladdin. Interesting. So, I will ink this Mother Gothel for now. And I have a couple options. I could play... So this is where this deck gets kind of ridiculous. So I could play Nick Wild for 4. Nick Wild says when you play this character, you return an item card named Popsicle from your discard to your hand. So I could play Nick Wild for 4. I have 5 total resources. Get Popsicle back, play Popsicle, draw a card, quest with Flavor Sham, banishing Popsicle to draw 2 more cards. So draw 3 more cards this turn. But instead, we don't need to do that. We don't need any more cards because why would you want to draw more cards when what you would want is an answer like Maui? So instead, we're going to pay Maui, which is a 6/5 rush. Rush means it can challenge immediately the turn it's played. And it has Reckless, which means it has to challenge every turn that it can. And it would love to meet Rapunzel, so I will challenge Rapunzel.
And Maui banishes this pretty Rapunzel.
It is so pretty. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, too. Alright, well, Maui only takes 1 damage from that. Poor Rapunzel took all she could bear, and I'll pass to you.
And then some.
And then some, yep.
Alright. I will draw. And we drew Cinderella. She's a 4-cost 2/5, and she's a singer 5. Remove up to 3 damage from a chosen princess character.
Yep.
Maui kills anything I have.
He's pretty good.
We're going to
Oh, I did not quest at all, which was dumb. That was a mistake.
That's fine.
Whoopsie. I should have at least quested with Flavor Sham. Aladdin would have been a little questionable. Not really. I should have just quested.
I'm going to use Lantern to be able to play Rapunzel for 4.
Okay. What does she say?
Whenever you remove 1 or more damage from one of your characters, you may draw a card.
Ooh.
And I will ink the Cinderella. And since you have Maui on the board and he would just kill Jasmine for free, I am not questing this turn.
Deal. I will
leave my cards face up right here.
I will untap. Oh, ready? I will set and I will draw. And I'll draw Noi. Noise. I will continue being mean by inking Noi. Then I will play Lady Tremaine for all 6 resources, ink resources. Lady Tremaine says it's a 3/4 for 6, not inkable, with only 2 lore. So it has to be pretty powerful, right? Because if it costs 6 and it's only a 3/4, it has 2 lore. Well, it can shift for 4, but we're not really doing that in this deck. Well, when you play this character, each opponent chooses and banishes one of their characters. So your choice, which 5 cost would you like to get rid of?
Well, wow. I guess I'm going to pick Jasmine since I have another one in my hand.
Okay. And then I will not forget to quest this time, and I will quest for 2. Aladdin and Hiram. And Maui can do nothing, because Maui has no lore, because he's reckless. He has to challenge every turn. He can't quest, so... I go to 4.
I draw a Maximus.
Maui beats everything.
Maui beats everything. Should have inked Maui.
Yeah, right. I can't, intentionally make play mistakes for...
I'm going to use Lantern
forgetting
to make my cards cost 1 less. And I'm going to use 6 to play Mickey Mouse.
Oh, lit. That's the cool Mickey Mouse.
Yes. It's a very pretty card.
Looks to me like he gets banished by Maui.
Looks to me like he doesn't quest this turn, so he can't be killed by Maui.
That's true. Turn.
And yes, that is my turn.
I'm not getting anywhere fast either, though. I'm only at 4, so...
Right.
Not like I'm running away with it. I drew a Teeth and Ambitions. That was a pretty good draw. Alright. I will pay 4 to play Nick Wild. I should Teeth Ambitions you so you can heal. I'll get that popsicle. We'll consider it. I'll play Popsicle to draw a card. Oh, Sizu. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I will quest with Lady Tremaine, Hiram, and Aladdin. When Hiram quests, I will banish Popsicle to draw 2 more cards. Noi and Cogsworth. I gain 4 total lore there, going to 8 lore.
Yep.
Nick Wild cannot do anything this turn because I just played him, but I will sing Teeth and Ambitions with Maui.
Yeah.
Dealing 2 damage to Maui. I'm hitting Mickey.
You're hitting Mickey.
I'm hitting Mickey.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Ruby Ball.
Oh my god. Well, Maui wanted to do something. He was getting so antsy.
Yeah, he's reckless.
He's reckless.
He's reckless.
To be clear, that was a reckless play. Would not typically make that play, but...
Right. So we drew an aerial.
Hey. It's the first good card.
So what we're going to do... What we're going to do here...
Yeah. Oh, you've got lit plays. Here we go.
Is...
What are you going to do?
We're going to quest with Mickey.
Alright, that gains E3.
Which makes the next card I play cost 3 less.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So... we're going to play Ariel.
What does Ariel say?
For free.
For free.
Ariel says, when you play this card, look at the top 4 of your deck. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Please hit a song.
You may reveal a song card and put it in your hand.
Oh. So, show them everything.
Yes.
Notice that there was only one song.
Yeah, only one song.
So he didn't really have a choice.
Right. And this is a pretty good song.
Yeah.
That Ariel can actually sing. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck. Also, I get to add one of these into my hand as well.
What?
I'm trying to cheat. That's not what the card says. But I put these at the bottom of my deck.
Yep. That would be really good. Get a character and a song.
Oh, Ariel would be
goodness.
hacks.
Yeah.
Ariel is a very good card.
Is already hacks.
Everyone should buy as many Ariels as they can afford.
No financial advice is provided by this channel. Other statements have been made by Mango or Mango's exclusively a property of Mango.
Right. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use Lantern to make Jasmine cost 4.
Yep.
And when you play this...
Yeah, that's right, right?
Yeah. And whenever she quests, you may remove 2 damage from each of your characters. Only have 1 character with damage. And Rapunzel says, when I remove 1 or more damage from any characters, I draw a card.
Very nice.
So I'm going to draw a card. And it's a Snow White.
More damage removal.
And so since I already had this on the board,
yep,
I can exhaust this card to sing.
Yep.
Let It Go.
Yes, this is true.
And I'm gonna let Maui take a hike.
Maui's gone. So Let It Go puts it into my inkwell. So
there will be no return for that card.
Nope. Alright, my turn?
Yes.
So I will ready. Set and draw, and I get to develop your brain. So, there's a couple different approaches I could take here. So I'm up on lore, 8 to 3. And I do have 6 more, so I could go to 14. And you don't really have the ability to trade off anything on my board. So that would probably be the best thing to do, because you have large willpower, not so much strength. It's unclear if you would even be able to... I guess you could get rid of 1 thing. Which means if I could play 2 more lore... So that's one thing that's important in Lorcana, is to count out lore between you and winning. Since I have 6 this turn, I can go to 14, which means if I get 6 the turn after that, I win. So then I see what my opponent has for how he can challenge. I can see, well, he has a grand total of 5 strength that can challenge, assuming he doesn't play something with rush. Which means he can only take out 1 thing here. He can only take out 1 of the 2 lore things. So if I play something else that can get me 2 lore to replace that, I can basically win. And indeed, I could play 2 things each that have 2 lore in Sizu and Noi. So I could quest out, just play these 2, and presumably I would win. But let's have a little more fun. Let's keep the game going a little longer. Let's play Cogsworth, which has Ward himself, but then gives Resist 1, which this is an ability we didn't go over because it did not exist when we made the earlier video. So Resist says, so all of my other characters get Resist because of Cogsworth, and that says that they actually do, they take 1 less damage from all sources. So Mickey that would do 1 damage now does 0 damage. So I will have... Do I want you making things cost? How many cards do you have in your hand? 2?
2.
I guess I'm more interested in you not drawing as many cards. So these 3 will challenge Rapunzel.
Alright.
And I take no damage because it deals no damage. And then Nick Wilde will challenge Mickey. And Nick Wilde also takes no damage because he has Resist 1 now because of Cogsworth.
Alright.
And then I'll also play... Annoy. No. I'll Ink Develop Your Brain. And I'll play an Aladdin, reducing...
And
you down
Aladdin
to 2.
says, I go down
Yes.
1 more.
Aladdin says, when you play this character, each opponent loses a lore.
Right.
Right, your turn.
Alright.
Another common thing you're kind of supposed to do in this game is play your non-dried ink behind your dried ink.
Oh, you're
And
right.
if you have Bodyguard, you play those even ahead of them to
Okay.
be blockers. Non-dried meaning I just played them and they cannot challenge or quest this turn. Or sing. Challenge, quest, or sing. Nothing that
Right.
involves exerting.
Well,
Unexert your Mickey.
you're right. All right. So I am going to play. I'm going to spend 2 to play the Grand Duke, which
Ooh.
makes all prince, princess, kings, and queens get 1 extra strength. So your Cogsworth resist 1 is nullified
Yes, this
by
is true.
this.
This is true.
That
is accurate.
And I'm going to exhaust or turn Lantern
Exhausting.
and
I'll put my hand
I don't
on
need
here.
to exhaust. I'll just spend 2 more. No, I won't. I will ink Snow White and spend 1, 2, 3, 4, and make Maximus cost 1 less.
So he has Bodyguard. He's also off the
Yes.
camera there.
So Maximus has Bodyguard, which means you can play him exhausted, and they have to go through him to damage your other cards, unless it's with an action.
Yes. I have to challenge him before I can challenge anyone else.
Right.
I think it's actually exerted in this game.
Yeah, exerted.
Exerted. You could have made him cost less by also just questing with Mickey, right? Which presumably you're going to do anyway.
Right. Alright, so I'm going to quest with Jasmine to heal Mickey. Quest with Mickey. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 5. You can eat Aladdin.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do.
So you're at 7.
I can't see what Aladdin's.
He's a 2/2. He's just a
He is a
2/2.
2/2. Alright, I will go into Aladdin with my Ariel, and she will take 2.
And Aladdin also takes 2 and can only take 2, so he is banished.
Right.
Turn.
Yes. Turn.
Ready. Set. Now my ink is dried. Ready, set, draw. Ooh, I let it go. That's pretty good.
No.
So we're going to play. I guess I could even sing "Let It Go," couldn't I? Could sing it with Cogsworth. Take out Mickey and Ariel. Yeah, that's fine. So I will sing "Let It Go" with Cogsworth, targeting Maximus.
Alright.
And then I will throw, I guess, these 3 into Mickey, this one into Ariel.
Alright.
And then Nick Wilde takes 1 damage from that.
No.
I'm sorry.
Ariel has 3 attack.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So you take 2. Okay, that's fine. Sure. It probably would have been better to throw Hiram into Ariel, but... and then I will play Noi.
Alright.
And I will play Sizu.
Alright.
So if I knew I was playing against a deck that might have Be Prepared, which Be Prepared is an action that says destroy all characters, banish all characters,
Yep.
I would not do what this is called overextending. But since I know I'm playing against Sapphire Amber, they do not have such a card available to them. So I can play all the things I like.
Okie dokie. Well, I only have 1 thing to do this turn,
Does it win?
and I will send Jasmine into Nick Wilde to
Yep.
kill him.
To banish him.
To banish.
To
Sorry.
to politely
Do
banish.
not kill in Disney unless it's Star Wars.
Yes, they're politely banished.
Alright.
Asked
And-
to leave Sternly.
She took 2 damage from that.
Yep.
And I'm going to spend 4, play Hakuna Matata, and heal her.
There you go.
Hakuna Matata says everything heals for 3.
Hakuna Matata.
And I'm gonna quest with Duke.
Oh, huge. Tied at 8.
And I will concede, and that will be the end of this.
That will be the end of it. Yep. Fair.
I mean that also shows the difference in power level between a deck that was made in 10 minutes versus a deck that was thought up and is actually decent.
Yeah. That's mostly, so to be clear, that's an entirely fun deck that Mango made.
This is just for fun.
And we will be making more fun decks. We have a 7 Dwarfs deck coming up. This deck is more of like a hurdle deck for competition. Like, this deck is not strictly competitive, but it plays a lot of pieces that are competitive.
Right.
And if you can't beat this deck, then you probably aren't going to beat a real competitive deck.
Right. Unless you get the perfect draw and they don't and whatnot.
Yeah.
That can always happen once. That's why it's played 2 out of 3.
Exactly. So we would continue playing again, a best 2 out of 3, but maybe we'll switch decks.
Yeah.
And do something a little more competitive, but still talk through it, because I think, frankly, this was already kind of complex, but some of the games that we play, there's very difficult decisions that are worth talking through.
Mm-hmm. Well, good game, Cody.
Good game, Mango. I feel a little bad. I feel a little bad. I played powerful things.
Yeah.
It's funny, because this deck doesn't feel as powerful, right, when we're playing the real hard decks.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
But when you play something random, it's like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
there's the difference.
Yeah, kind of like I said when you were building it, I was like, oh, you're going to have the thing set up, and then they're just going to be like, oh, I'm at 20 lore.
Yeah.
Because I basically had that, right? When I was at 8, I was like, gain 6, next turn, gain 6.
Yeah, and I have 5 attack on my board between 4 cards.
Total, yeah. Be like, nice healing. Nice healing, bro. Oh.
Too much healing, not enough attack.
Or anything else.
Right. Or lore.
or lore.
Or interaction.
Yeah, or interaction. Or card draw.
Oh, yeah. Or bringing things back from the discard
I think
pile.
there is. I'm excited. So we will actually have a somewhat competitive healing deck in the next couple... Or when set 3 comes out. When that new song comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll have the low-cost Cindy's, Ariel, so the 1-cost Cindy, Ariel, and then the Ruby package, along with the 4-cost Rapunzel, the good Rapunzel.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-cost Rapunzel is interesting. I wonder if that's actually playable in it, because that's pretty good with Mother Gothel, too.
Yeah.
Like healing, too? Probably not. Definitely Teeth and Ambitions, definitely Maui's.
Yeah.
That whole shtick.
Yeah.
Need more Maui's even for that deck. And then the draw engine in that deck will be cheap stuff, and then Rockstar Stitch. 7 cost Stitch. So like your whole draw engine is Ariel, Rockstar Stitch, 7 cost Stitch, Rapunzel, and then also the new healing song in set 3 that draws.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what really, because it costs 3, which means little Cindy gets there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll do another demo, a little higher power level later. Bye. Where's? Bye. This way.
I think my eyes are just stuck.
No, your whole demeanor is that you just want to die.
Yeah, just like,
you're just like, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I just need you to hear it first.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get a little more uncomfy.
There you go. Yes.
Ooh,
yes, pain will wake you up. Pain will wake you up.
Oh, that actually hurt.
Yeah, that didn't look good. There you go. That's for the outtakes. We need to get an outtake.
I'm crying.
Good. Pain sells.
That was like a... Okay.
Alright, ready?
Oh, I'm wearing Michael Myers. Alright.
Nice. Very child friendly. Alright, ready?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You're so excited. Alright. 3, 2, 1. So, now we're obviously deck is bad. Deck is bad. I told you that deck was bad. Deck is bad.
It needs Alice. And
Does
Queen.
not need Alice needs strong attack.
You can get to Alice playing, just shifting Queen on Little Queen.
You can get